Have you ever felt a dream slipping through your fingers? Not because you failed, but because you never even started? In a quiet village, nestled far from the city's noise, lived a boy named Jake. He was surrounded by love. His parents, a younger brother, and a grandfather, whose wisdom was the village's greatest treasure. People traveled just to hear his words. But Jake was trapped by a powerful enemy, an enemy called later. He was a master of procrastination. Any task meant for today was always a job for tomorrow, and that tomorrow would stretch into another and another. This wasn't just at home. At school, he could feel the gap widening between him and his friends. They were climbing, learning, growing, while he was stuck in the mud of his own inaction. His father's scolding was just noise, unable to penetrate the thick fog of his laziness. Finally, out of options and filled with worry, his father turned to the one man who might have an answer: Jake's grandfather. The old man looked at his grandson, not with anger, but with a deep, thoughtful gaze, wondering, how do you teach a boy to value a minute before he loses a lifetime? Then one morning an idea sparked. The grandfather called Jake over, his eyes twinkling with a secret. He pressed a small, smooth black stone into Jake's hand. "This isn't what it looks like," he whispered. "This stone holds a secret. It's magic. If you touch this to any piece of iron, that iron will instantly become pure gold." He leaned in closer. "I am giving this power to you. You can make all the gold you could ever want. You can build a new life." But there was a catch. "I have to leave on a short journey," the grandfather said, his hand on Jake's shoulder. "I will be back tomorrow, just as the sun begins to set. When I return, I must take the stone back. The magic is yours, Jake, but only until then. Remember, you have until tomorrow evening." Jake's heart hammered in his chest, his mind exploding with possibilities. A magic stone. He was going to be rich. He had so much time. He immediately started planning. "Okay, where can I get a lot of iron?" "The market. I'll go to the market first thing in the morning, buy all the scrap metal I can find, and then I'll be the richest man in the village." As evening fell, the cool air did little to calm his excitement. But then a familiar thought crept in. "It's already dark," Jake reasoned with himself. "I'll eat a good dinner, get a full night's sleep, and start fresh tomorrow." And so he did, his dreams filled with mountains of glittering gold. The next morning, the sun streamed through his window. Plenty of time," he yawned. "No need to rush. I'll have a nice slow breakfast first, and then I'll head out." But after eating, a comfortable laziness settled over him, a warm, heavy blanket. "Maybe just a short rest," he thought. "Just for a little while, then I'll go." He lay down, closed his eyes, and drifted off to sleep. He awoke with a jolt. The light in his room was a deep, fiery orange. The sun was sinking below the horizon. Panic seized him. He leaped from his bed, his heart pounding with dread, and scrambled for the door, clutching the stone. He threw the door open, ready to sprint to the market, but he stopped dead. Standing there on the porch, his shadow long in the fading light, was his grandfather, who had already returned. The old man held out his hand and said softly, "Your time is up, my boy." Jake's face crumpled, tears streaming down his cheeks as he begged, "No, Grandpa, please. Just a little more time, just enough to make one piece of gold." But his grandfather gently shook his head, his expression a mixture of sadness and resolve. "The world does not give more time to those who waste it," he said. "You had an entire day, a universe of moments. You could have built a fortune, but you chose to build a bed of excuses instead. This magic was never for the lazy, Jake. The greatest opportunities are invisible to those who refuse to open their eyes." He took the stone from Jake's trembling hand. "And now, you cannot have it for a second longer. This is the price of later. Those who do not value time will find that time gives them nothing of value in return." Jake stood there frozen, the weight of his grandfather's words crushing him. He saw it all so clearly now. It wasn't just a stone he had lost, it was a future. It was the person he could have become, lost forever in a single, wasted day. He had been given a golden key, and had been too lazy to even turn it in the lock. But in that crushing moment of regret, a tiny seed of resolve was planted. Looking his grandfather in the eye, he made a promise, not just to the old man, but to himself. "I understand now," he whispered. "I will never be lazy again. I will make my time count." Think about it. In this story, Jake had a full 24 hours. The actual work would have taken him less than an hour. But the poison of "I'll do it later" infected every minute. paralyzing him until there were no minutes left. How many times have we done the same? We have a dream, a goal, a simple task to complete. We tell ourselves, I'll just rest for a bit, or tomorrow is a better day. But that perfect tomorrow, it never really arrives, does it? If there is something you truly want to achieve, the time is not tomorrow. The time is right now. Time is the most precious thing we have, and it waits for no one. If you disrespect it, it will leave you behind with nothing but regret. So give your goals a deadline. Trick your mind if you have to. Tell yourself, I'll just work on this for 2 minutes. You'll be amazed at how often those 2 minutes turn into 10, and then an hour, as the power of starting pulls you forward. If this story resonated with you, if you feel its message needs to be heard, please help it reach others by liking and sharing this video. And don't forget to subscribe to join us on this journey. I'll see you again with another story to inspire your path. Until then, be strong, be grateful, and never stop moving forward.